If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns are officially setting the stage for what they hope will be a dramatic turnaround in 2025 after a brutal 3-14 campaign last season. With the 53-man roster locked in and the chaotic 4-man quarterback battle now behind them, the franchise is trying to pivot towards stability, leadership, and tangible improvement on both sides of the ball. Preseason success, albeit limited to a 3-game slate, has shown flashes of promise, and the announcement of the team captains has only added to the excitement. Players now have a clear hierarchy of leadership, veteran guidance, and a roadmap for accountability. It's the kind of structural clarity that can often define a season, especially for a team like Cleveland that has seen too much turbulence in recent years. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike are watching closely to see if these leaders can turn talk into results on the field. The 5 captains named for 2025, Joe Flacco, Myles Garrett, Joel Bitonio, Denzel Ward, and Corey Bojorquez, represent a deliberate choice to prioritize experience, leadership, and reliability. Each of these players has earned respect not only through their individual skill sets, but through their ability to influence and inspire teammates. Flacco, despite being a new addition on a 1-year deal, has clearly impressed enough in training camp to earn a captaincy, a rare acknowledgement for a player still in the early stages of integrating with a new locker room. Garrett and Ward, longtime stalwarts on the defensive side, offer continuity amid the roster shakeups and trade rumors that have swirled all offseason. Bitonio anchors the offensive line, bringing both production and leadership, while Bojorquez adds stability in special teams. Together, these 5 players are positioned as the emotional and strategic heart of the Browns, tasked with guiding a team that has struggled to find consistency. Joe Flacco's selection as a team captain speaks volumes about both his personal qualities and the Browns' broader leadership philosophy. Having joined the team late in the 2023 season, Flacco was instrumental in guiding Cleveland to an unlikely playoff berth, proving that even short-term players can make a significant impact when their presence is felt in the locker room. His ability to communicate, manage a complex offense, and inspire confidence in younger quarterbacks or teammates navigating adversity has clearly left an impression. For a franchise desperate to rebuild its identity after last year's disappointing record, Flacco represents not just experience, but credibility. His leadership style, blending quiet authority with subtle influence, may prove essential in a season where every close game, critical 3rd down, and momentum swing could define whether the Browns finally shake the shadows of their recent struggles. On defense, the Browns are banking on continuity and emerging talent to reclaim the form that made them a formidable unit in 2023. Myles Garrett, a perennial Pro Bowler, remains the undisputed centerpiece, combining elite pass rushing skills with a presence that changes the tone of every opponent's offensive planning. Denzel Ward, equally critical, ensures that the secondary has a proven leader in coverage and communication. Both survived off-season trade speculation, demonstrating their commitment to the team and the organization's trust in them. With young players like Mason Graham, the 5th overall pick, and second-round selection Carson Schweissinger ready to assume immediate responsibility, the defensive blueprint is clear. Blend veteran leadership with high-upside rookies to create a unit capable of forcing turnovers, controlling field position, and anchoring the team's identity in 2025. The Browns' offensive side of the ball, anchored by Joel Bitonio, reflects a similar strategy of veteran-led stability. Bitonio's ability to protect the quarterback and generate consistent running lanes is foundational to Cleveland's aspirations, providing both reliability and mentorship to younger linemen. Beyond the line, Flacco's experience orchestrates a more confident and methodical approach, offering a counterbalance to a roster with some untested skill positions. The combined effect of these leaders is more than just execution, it's cultural influence. In a locker room still healing from a 3-14 season, the ability to instill confidence, maintain accountability, and demonstrate poise under pressure could be as important as any schematic adjustment or play call. Special teams, often overlooked, take on a heightened importance in Cleveland's approach, and Corey Bojorquez is central to that philosophy. A dependable kicker can swing close games and shift momentum, and Bojorquez's consistency allows the coaching staff to focus elsewhere, knowing that points and field position are in capable hands. His role as captain is also emblematic, signaling that leadership is not confined to marquee offensive or defensive positions. Every punt, field goal, and kickoff carries weight, and having a captain responsible for this often underappreciated phase of the game reinforces the Browns' holistic approach to team structure. Bojorquez's calm demeanor and preparation set the tone for a special teams unit seeking reliability after years of inconsistency. The quarterback competition that dominated the preseason is now officially over, and while it may have captured headlines, the real narrative is how these captains will influence the team's cohesion and identity. Flacco's experience is intended to unify the offense, but leadership is equally required in practice, meetings, and every off-field interaction. Veteran captains on defense and special teams have similar responsibilities. For a team coming off a season where mistakes piled up, the emphasis is as much on preparation and culture as it is on execution. The Browns appear to understand that games are won as much in the locker room as they are on the field, and appointing respected leaders sends a clear message that accountability, professionalism, and consistent effort are non-negotiable. Fans' expectations are cautiously optimistic, fueled by preseason success and a roster that now looks both deeper and more strategically aligned than last year. While 3-0 in the preseason doesn't guarantee regular season dominance, it signals a competitive edge and readiness to compete. The captain's roles, both as mentors and examples, amplify that optimism. They provide tangible symbols of commitment, standards, and the team's vision for improvement. The balance between established stars and emerging talent, all guided by these 5 captains, frames the narrative for 2025, a team seeking redemption, pride, and the chance to rewrite the story of a disappointing past campaign with a more hopeful, confident future. The Browns' defense, in particular, will be under scrutiny, as the integration of rookies Graham and Schweissinger presents both opportunity and risk. Veteran guidance from Garrett and Ward will be critical to ensure smooth transitions, avoid early season mistakes, and cultivate a culture of accountability and resilience. Beyond statistics and highlights, their influence will be measured in how well the younger players handle adversity, communicate under pressure, and maintain composure in high-stakes situations. If these leaders succeed, the defense could return to its dominant form, capable of dictating games, forcing turnovers, and creating field position advantages that relieve pressure on an offense still developing chemistry and rhythm with Flacco at the helm. Ultimately, the announcement of the 5 captains reflects more than roster decisions. It reflects a philosophy. Cleveland is leaning on proven veterans to anchor culture, mentor talent, and provide a clear example of what is expected in pursuit of a playoff-caliber season. Preseason results, individual talent, and roster depth offer optimism, but the intangible value of leadership, communication, motivation, poise, and accountability may be the true difference-maker. The 2025 Browns appear poised to blend experience with youth, preparation with execution, and accountability with ambition. Fans, analysts, and even casual observers now have a lens through which to view this team's development. A team intent on moving past a disappointing 3-14 record toward a season defined by cohesion, competitiveness, and leadership at every level. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Rumors have been swirling around the Cleveland Browns locker room ever since Kevin Stefanski's surprising press conference earlier this week, where he openly addressed the inevitable departure of Kenny Pickett. According to whispers within the team, Pickett, the quarterback who showed flashes of brilliance amid a rocky season, made it abundantly clear that his desire to leave Cleveland was not a spur-of-the-moment decision, but a calculated move he had been considering for months. Stefanski's words, measured yet tinged with melancholy, reflected a coach caught between respecting a player's autonomy and managing the optics of a high-profile exit. Fans, naturally, have taken to social media to dissect every nuance, every pause, every inflection in Stefanski's statements, trying to read between the lines. The narrative forming is that of a young quarterback asserting agency over his career trajectory, a storyline that resonates beyond the field and into the broader discourse on player empowerment and organizational culture. Sources hint that Pickett's request to leave was framed as a professional necessity rather than an emotional reaction, suggesting that he sees opportunities elsewhere that align more closely with his ambitions, whether in terms of offensive schemes, coaching philosophy, or market exposure. Stefanski, maintaining a delicate balance, emphasized the importance of honoring the player's wishes, a statement that insiders interpret as both a show of support and a subtle acknowledgement of the strategic challenges the team now faces. Conversations in team corridors, as reported by those close to the situation, reveal a mixture of disappointment and understanding among teammates, some of whom are reportedly grappling with the reality of losing a quarterback who had become a central figure in the locker room hierarchy. The rumor mill now spins toward potential destinations, with speculation pointing to teams in need of a quarterback who can adapt quickly to complex playbooks, while analysts debate how the Browns will navigate the upcoming draft or free agency to fill the looming void left by Pickett's impending departure. The timing of this announcement, coinciding with off-season evaluations and organizational restructuring, has fueled conjecture that Pickett's exit may trigger a broader shakeup within the Browns' management and coaching staff. Insiders suggest that this move could embolden other players to voice concerns or explore opportunities elsewhere, creating a ripple effect that might redefine the team's strategic priorities. Fans, ever attuned to the subtleties of social media chatter and insider leaks, have begun to speculate about trade rumors, potential quarterback replacements, and even shifts in offensive philosophy, feeding a cycle of anticipation and anxiety. The media landscape, meanwhile, is saturated with sources close to the team, offering varying accounts, each adding layers to the complex narrative. The consensus among analysts appears to be that Pickett's decision, while controversial, underscores a growing trend in professional sports. Athletes exercising agency over career decisions, challenging traditional notions of loyalty and tenure, and compelling organizations to reconsider how they manage talent and expectations. Despite the whirlwind of speculation, Stefanski's public statements conveyed a tone of measured respect, underscoring the complexity of his position as both a mentor and a strategist. Observers note that his phrasing, "we have to respect," signals a tacit acknowledgement that Pickett's value extends beyond immediate performance metrics, encompassing leadership, marketability, and the broader cultural impact on the franchise. This nuanced stance, according to insiders, is designed to maintain internal cohesion while signaling to the league that Cleveland will navigate this transition with professionalism and dignity. Meanwhile, the rumor ecosystem surrounding the Browns continues to grow, with pundits suggesting that Pickett's departure might catalyze trades, prompt high-stakes negotiations, or even influence upcoming draft selections. The anticipation surrounding these moves adds an almost cinematic tension to the off-season narrative, positioning the Browns as a focal point in broader league-wide speculation about quarterback mobility, team dynamics, and organizational adaptability. Interestingly, some sources hint at internal discussions about leveraging Pickett's exit as an opportunity to restructure offensive priorities, potentially giving emerging talent a chance to prove themselves. Conversations within the front office reportedly revolve around balancing immediate competitiveness with long-term planning, ensuring that the Browns remain a formidable presence despite the disruption. Meanwhile, fan forums are alive with conjecture about who could step into Pickett's shoes, with names ranging from promising rookies to seasoned veterans rumored to be in play. The dynamic created by this rumor cycle, analysts argue, highlights the intersection of strategy, personality, and market forces in professional football, illustrating how a single player's career decision can reverberate through a franchise, shaping narratives, decisions, and expectations well beyond the confines of the stadium. The emotional undertones of Stefanski's remarks have not gone unnoticed. Observers note a subtle tension between professional decorum and personal disappointment, suggesting that, behind closed doors, relationships forged over seasons of practice, games, and shared challenges are being tested. Pickett's reported rationale for leaving, seeking a better fit for his skills and career trajectory, resonates with a growing generation of athletes who prioritize long-term development and personal growth over loyalty to a single franchise. Rumors indicate that internal meetings are already underway to map out potential strategies, including drafting a successor, exploring trade options, and realigning coaching responsibilities. This scenario creates a multi-layered narrative that engages fans, media, and league insiders alike, each interpreting every statement and leak to forecast Cleveland's next moves in an increasingly fluid and competitive NFL environment. Meanwhile, betting markets and fantasy football commentators are reportedly recalibrating their projections in light of Pickett's imminent departure. Rumors suggest that teams historically linked to quarterback acquisition are reevaluating their strategies, weighing the risks and rewards of targeting a player with both high potential and high expectations. Stefanski's role in these negotiations, while understated publicly, is likely pivotal behind the scenes, as he balances loyalty to the franchise with a recognition of the player's professional autonomy. Analysts suggest that this duality, managing organizational interests while respecting individual ambitions, illustrates the evolving nature of NFL leadership. The narrative unfolding in Cleveland serves as a microcosm of broader league trends, where player empowerment, strategic foresight, and public perception intersect in ways that are as complex as they are compelling, keeping fans, insiders, and commentators on constant alert. Adding fuel to the rumor fire, insiders hint that Pickett's exit may not just influence quarterback decisions, but could have cascading effects across the team's offensive line and receiving core. Strategic planners within the Browns reportedly anticipate shifts in draft priorities, potential free agent acquisitions, and even adjustments in training regimens to accommodate a new offensive rhythm. Meanwhile, fan speculation and social media discourse amplify every perceived sign, from cryptic posts by team personnel to minor operational adjustments that hint at broader strategic recalibrations. Analysts suggest that the combination of public statements, insider leaks, and observed behavioral patterns constitutes a sophisticated signaling mechanism, allowing the franchise to manage both perception and reality in a delicate balancing act. This rumor-driven narrative has, therefore, evolved into a complex ecosystem, blending facts, speculation, and interpretation in a way that captivates stakeholders across multiple spheres of influence. The personal dimension of this story, while often overshadowed by statistics and strategy, adds a layer of human drama to the unfolding saga. Stefanski's acknowledgement of Pickett's decision as one that must be respected, coupled with the quarterback's insistence on pursuing his preferred path, frames the narrative as one of individual agency clashing with institutional expectation. Rumors suggest that the locker room atmosphere is a mixture of admiration, uncertainty, and cautious optimism, as players anticipate both challenges and opportunities arising from the impending change. Media commentators have latched onto this interpersonal dimension, framing it as a story not just about football, but about trust, communication, and the evolving nature of professional relationships in high-stakes environments. The buzz surrounding Cleveland is therefore as much about character and leadership as it is about excess and OS, adding emotional depth to the strategic calculus. Meanwhile, speculative chatter about potential landing spots for Pickett has ignited debates among pundits and fans alike, with suggestions ranging from teams with established offensive systems to those desperate for a franchise quarterback. Rumors indicate that Pickett's camp is carefully weighing options, balancing playing time, coaching support, and market visibility, while the Browns assess offers that could provide the maximum strategic benefit. The interplay between these factors has created a narrative that is at once unpredictable and meticulously analyzed, with every leak, hint, or statement feeding into a dynamic feedback loop of speculation. This ongoing discourse reinforces the sense that Cleveland's quarterback situation is not merely a local story, but a league-wide point of intrigue, capable of influencing team-building strategies, fan engagement, and broader perceptions of leadership and decision-making in professional football. As the offseason progresses, the Browns' handling of Pickett's exit is likely to serve as a case study in crisis management, player relations, and strategic adaptation. Stefanski's public tone, characterized by restraint and respect, may contrast sharply with the private maneuvering happening behind the scenes, where executives and coaches explore all avenues for maintaining competitiveness. Rumors continue to swirl about draft targets, trade negotiations, and potential coaching adjustments, creating a rich tapestry of speculation that keeps fans, analysts, and insiders engaged. The narrative, fueled by both confirmed statements and unverified whispers, underscores the fluidity of professional sports in the modern era, where a single decision by a key player can catalyze cascading effects across a franchise, a fan base, and the broader league ecosystem, generating buzz that shows no sign of slowing down anytime soon. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!